hello, hello. What's going on, y'all? Hello, y'all. Can you hear me? Make sure y'all can hear me, man. What's going on with y'all? I'm trying something new. Can you all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Trying something new. Good evening. Oh, good afternoon. Hey, Latanya, how you doing? Hey, MZ, how you doing? How you doing? How y'all doing? Hope y'all are having an amazing day. Good. I'm glad y'all can hear me. Hopefully. Kim, what's going on? Okay, good. Awesome. So yesterday I was speaking and I was answering a lot of questions. There's a whole lot of questions that I was answering. And so I want to come back today and come back to these questions and answers because I know a lot of people have a lot of questions. I speak to people on a regular basis just to answer questions. So let me know what questions that you have, especially when it comes about, hey Maria, how you doing? Especially when it comes to relationships, dating, healing, love, dating, men. Hey Mercedes. When it comes to men, women, and whatever else that we want to speak about. So I forgot where I left off yesterday. I think yesterday I was talking about men and how men are, and that men know exactly what they are doing. Right, we know exactly what we are doing, and I think that's where I was. Scorpio Queen, how are you doing? So we were talking about how men know exactly what they are doing, and we're not stupid. We actually, hey Faith, how are you doing? We're actually not that slow. You know what I mean? So I want to continue those conversations. I know many people again have questions when it comes to healing and getting over people. I get questions usually like, how do you get over someone? Awesome, Scorpio Queen. You're very welcome. I get questions all the time about, how do you get over someone? How do you move on? How do you find love? How does love find you? How does love come back to you? Questions like that. So let me know what your questions are. One thing about YouTube, or YouTube has so many damn, I don't know what YouTube has. It has a whole bunch of people, a bunch of bots. How y'all doing though? What's good with y'all? What you all into? You all having a beautiful day, blessed day? Hope you all are. If you are not, try it again. I have an answer to that, but it's real bad advice. What's your answer? Well, thank you, Randall. Thank you. I appreciate you. What's your answer to the question? And which questions are you referring to? Because you know how you all always think the worst about men. You know how you all always talk trash about men. You all talk the most trash about men. And to be honest, I don't. I think women just don't understand men. I think sometimes you just don't understand how simple men are, and I think that's why you all get stuck. Especially when men supposed to be the slower ones, as far as what you all be saying. Men ain't, men are slow, and we don't, we don't use common sense, and yet those same brothers be playing you all every single minute. And thankful to God for another day. Indeed, Mercedes, indeed. To answer, but it's very hard. So, women have lost the ability to recognize the protection of the masculine. Man, listen, there's a lot of stuff going on. I think people are just afraid. I think people are so afraid these days. I think people are so afraid. People are very, 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 very afraid of dating and relationship. It's not natural anymore. It's is like a skill. Folks play with each other for real. Indeed, Randolph. Indeed, indeed. Men is easy to deal with. I think so. I mean, I'm a man, um, but I know we are easy because I think for us it's really common sense. I think for men is really common sense. I think it's very simple, but I think women read into men. I think women read into men. Why is it that us good women get done dirty? Why is it that us good women get done dirty? What's up, Shamar? You know, to be honest, man, it's not about good women being done dirty. It's about good women not realizing that it's not about your heart. Hey, Jamisha. Jamisha, I wanted to tell you thank you. I meant to text you today to tell you thank you for always helping me out with, especially with these lives. You know, so I appreciate you. I meant to text you, but I forgot. Hey, Kiara, I see you. Um, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. To real men to tell you the truth. Indeed, indeed. I think men are simple. I was saying something. I totally forgot where I was going. I totally forgot what I was saying. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, I think. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. The question I answer: why is it that us good women get done dirty? It's not that good women get done dirty. I think a lot of times good women think that good woman is a real thing. You know, being a good woman is a real thing, and it's really not. Hey, Sonny, it's really not a real thing. There's no such thing as a good woman or a good man, or a bad woman or a bad man. It's about who is doing what needs to be done. You know, you could be a good worker, but oh, you could be a good chess player, but if you're playing the game wrong, or if you not feel like playing that day, you're gonna lose. You know, being a good anything don't make you anything. Being a good woman or a good man don't mean or don't make you good at relationships. Do you feel what I'm saying? Being a good woman don't make you good at relationship. Hey Lulu, being a good woman don't make you discerning. Being a good woman or a good man don't make you your intuition, steps in. Being a good woman don't really mean much. I think we hide behind the idea of being a good woman because we think, being a good woman don't make you give, don't make money comes to you, right? Lulu was good. You know what I mean? Being a good woman or a good man, being a good woman or a good man doesn't mean that money is gonna come to you, or that when you go to a casino you're gonna win, or that you automatically know the rules. And I think many of us, when we say being a good woman or a good man, we think that naturally, you know, hey Wandora, thank you. Being a good, we think that means something. There's no such thing. There's no such thing at all. We have to learn the rules of the game. We have to learn how to attract what we want. We have to learn how to love ourselves. We have to learn how to walk away. Hey, Kimberly, we have to learn how to use our discernment. We have to learn how to create that space if need to. We have to learn how to control ourselves, how to have self-control and self-respect. And I think that's where we have to understand, because being a good woman, a lot of times, or being a good man, you end up being used because you have no boundaries. If you came to your senses, Lulu. You know what I mean? Being a good person, sometimes you have no discipline. You have no boundaries, and people walk over you because you want to be liked and wanted so much. You want what you want so much that you allow people to just walk over you like ain't nothing. Discernment is very important indeed. Sometimes they think it's all about sex, but it's not. Indeed, indeed, that is true. Hey, Florence, how are you doing? But yeah, so um, being a good woman is not a real thing. It doesn't get you do. It doesn't get you anything. I was wondering what happened to your channel. Oh, Gloria, I'm here, man. I've always been here. Discipline, self-control, and self-respect. You cannot be a good woman or a good man without self-respect. Hey, Brianna, without self-respect, I don't care how good you are, it doesn't work. It doesn't matter how good you are, of a woman or a man. Without self-respect, people will walk over you. You hear me? People will step on you. People will people will use you like toilet paper. And you don't even mind. You have to know exactly what you want. And so that's why it seems like good woman and good, because I get a question often. That question I get so often, right? No, I'm not on YouTube. I'm on I mean, I'm not on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube. But like I'm saying, I get a question so often. Why does men take advantage of good women and good men? But I don't think it's not that, man. It's just people are not. We are not in tune. We're just not disciplined. And when we are not disciplined, man, when we're not disciplined, all hell breaks loose. No such thing as good woman or good man. You have to be an effective man or effective woman. Effective man and effective woman, no matter how good you are. You know what I mean? But that question I get very often. I think a lot of times, a lot of women feel like being a good woman, there's no use to being a good woman anymore. If a bad woman, as we call bad woman, right? If a bad woman does the right things come to her. If the good woman does the wrong things come to her. I don't care how good or bad you are. If the wrong people, if listen, if the bad people do the right things, you see what I'm saying? If a bad person does the right thing, then bad people take advantage of good people because bad people don't have boundaries to achieve something. Do you know if you have self-respect and boundaries, nobody takes advantage of you? No is a complete sentence. I think we don't take responsibility for us not saying no or for us not saying yes. I don't think we take accountability in actually who we are because many of us we want to point the finger. It's bad people, or it's the rich people taking all the money. It's this people. Is that Oh, I'm a good woman, so that's why the narcissist always because it ain't about that at all. Hey, Fabian, it's not about that. It's about if you have boundaries and self respect. Hey, Gina, if you have boundaries and self respect, people don't take advantage of you because one thing about people with boundaries and self respect, they can say no. It's for you people who can't say no. When you can't say no, you will be used and abused. You will wipe people's ass all day. If you cannot say no, no thank you, I don't want it, no I'm good, then I don't care how good you are. You're not really good, you are silly. Hey Marie, how you doing? You're not really good, you are silly. I think many of us have tried so hard to find love. I think many of us tried so hard to find love, and many of us wasn't loved properly in the beginning. And so we use work. We try so hard to be loved by doing all the things, right? By doing all the things. Hey Fabian, how you doing? We know we try to do all the things just to get love. And I think when we grow up in that state of mind, when we grow up with that mind, with that mentality, what happens is that people take advantage of us and take our love from us. And now we don't want to love anymore. Now we're tired of love because love is bad. Love ain't crap. One of the questions that I get so often is how do you especially towards authorities, one question that I get, hey Neil, how you doing? Is how come the love that I give don't find me? I get that question often. How does the love that I get? But apart from those questions, I get questions. I get basic. Indeed, Florence, I get questions. The basic questions all the time when it comes to men and women. Men ask me questions about, hey, she don't want me back. What should I do? Do nothing. When somebody don't want you back, do nothing. Woman asks me this, what about my ex-boyfriend don't want me back? What should I do? What can you do? Do nothing. Why? I mean, like, they don't want you back. And when people take you back, man, listen, when people take you back, Lord, have mercy. When people take you back sometimes, especially after you try to go back to them and they take you back, they give you breadcrumbs, man. They treat you like you ain't nothing. They begin to just take from you and they won't give you anything back, man. And they don't want to let you go. Man, listen, I'm telling you, man, we have to learn how to be let go. We have to learn how to be let go, man. We have to learn how to be let go. Because a lot of us don't want to be let go. Because, it's like being fired. We hate being fired. And we hate to be the one who's being let go, especially when it comes to relationship. Now, sometimes we would be the one who break up with the person. But when a person breaks up with us, our ego takes over. And we hate that somebody no longer wants us because it destroys your identity. How you see yourself becomes in question, right? Your self-image begins to change. How you see yourself becomes very, very toxic. And so we are afraid. So we hold on tight. We hold on for life and death. Many of us are holding on right now. You know what I mean? Like many of us are trying to hold on right now, and it's not working, is it? But we treat you that way. Indeed, men and women both. It's both men and women, both genders. It's not just men that's the issue. It's not just men. It's not just men that's the issue at all. You don't have a definition for good or bad. That's why you contemplate it with characteristics that ain't have to do with it at all. Well, you think that there's a bad or good. I don't believe that there's a bad or good. You believe that based on your religions and all them stuff. I don't believe in bad or good. I believe people are just people. People have things about them that you don't like. That's your business, right? We all listen. Every one of us have something about someone that we don't like, and that's your business. But does it make them bad? You're not God to decide what's bad or good. Do you remember when that person, when the guy came to Christ and said, "Hey, good master, what should I do to enter the kingdom of heaven?" And the first question Christ asked was, "Hey, why do you call me good? You don't know what good is, and therefore you don't know what bad is either. You just assume that you know what good or bad is because you are using your own judgment. See, many people who call themselves good women and good men, you are using a certain judgment or a comparison to compare yourself. I remember when I was silly. I remember when I was silly. I remember one time I used to tell myself when I was married the first time, I used to tell myself, well, I don't hit my wife. That guy over there hit his wife. I mean, I cheat. I cheat and I disappear, but he hit his wife. He beat his wife. Damn, that means he's bad and I'm good. And it's a silly comparison that you are doing. You are comparing yourself to something that you think is worse. And all reality is both terrible. We are trying to see who's the better sinner. This is my second one. Only two. Hey Kimberly, how are you doing? After a divorce, I can honestly say let go and release and accept newness awaits. Indeed, it's true. It's true. Right, right, Alvita? I think we begin to judge each other and say, well, since I don't beat my wife and you do, I only cheat. I don't hit her, then I'm the better one. Man, crazy. That's the stuff that we be doing, man. I am. I am. But I'm telling you, man, that's the thing that we do. Hey, Exhale. What's up, Exhale? But yeah, man, but we have to understand, man. This right here, I think this dating game that people talk about, and I heard that it's terrible, right? Y'all say it's terrible. I mean, y'all say it's terrible. Y'all be saying how bad it is, how terrible it is, how it's so terrible. There's poop in the dating pool or the dating poop. Hey, FH, how we doing? Do you know what I mean? There's poop in the dating pool. People peeing all in it, all on the side. I never said, "Hey, Shugi, how you doing?" you say you never said that. But it's so much, man. Michael, why are you feeling down, man? Why are you feeling down lately? It's not that bad, but I'm glad I'm married. Glad. And listen, man, it's too much going on out there, man. Hey T, it's too much going on out there. Lost my job, baby on the way. Man, how far is your is your pregnant? How far is your pregnancy? Hey JP, listen, Michael. One thing about this, man. One thing about this life. If you begin to feel bad and feeling down, because one thing I know about men, right? He said I look like someone's cool surfer uncle. But I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that. One thing about a man, I don't think we have time to be depressed. See what I'm saying? I don't think we have time to be depressed. I don't think we have time to be depressed, especially when we have a child coming. I think when we take actions and do something, it removes that feeling of being stuck, man. You know what I mean? I think it's time for us to do something. We don't have time to be depressed. Can you imagine 1,000 years ago, man? Men say that 200 years ago, men, a man talking about depression. We have to actually realize, man, we have to focus on the present and these things that we can do in our control. I think when I came back from Iraq, I fell into that state. I thought I was depressed. But the more I sit, the more I stayed, the more I stayed, man, the more I just sat there and do nothing. The more I just sat there and do nothing, I had to realize, man, I had to realize I gotta be busy. I gotta do something. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta go exercise. I gotta take care of the things that I can take care of. I gotta get a second job. I gotta go get this. Let me get this done. Because if you sit there and believe in that feeling is gonna take you over, man. It's gonna take you over. When you have a baby on the side, I mean a baby coming up, and you have a woman to take care of, man, you gotta do. Listen, we ain't got time to be thinking about depression. And now I know that sounds terrible to certain people. Oh my God, how can you say that? See, that's why men ain't healthy these days. That's why men gotta do this. Listen, we have to understand, man. Many of us, we ain't got the luxury of feeling depressed. I think, listen, this may sound very stupid to many people. This may sound very terrible to many people. Seriously, this may sound very terrible. But we gotta do something. We gotta move. We gotta do something, man. We gotta do something. I have a lot of experience in my field, over 6 years in experience, and having a hard time getting any responses from employers. This is a great advice, though. I mean, yeah, man, seriously, we gotta do something because we don't have time to. Listen, I went to combat 5 times, and I went through that storm of hell, while I was going through my divorce, and going through that stuff, going through the PTSD. You know what I'm saying? Like going to that PTSD and then going through a divorce at the same time and then getting struck by lightning and then going back to Iraq again while I'm depressed or while I think I'm depressed. I realize, wait, let me shake this shit off. I don't have the luxury of being depressed right now. What's up, Dex? I don't have the luxury of being depressed because if I stay in this place, I'm gonna get worse. Do you see what I'm saying? Life is. How to overcome it is a whole different story. Indeed, indeed. But there's a depression, especially if you went to war, you should know. But there is depression, especially. Yeah, there is. There really is. We just have to understand, man. We have to keep doing the things that we can control. I'm doing good to Dex. Like we gotta focus on the things that we can control. I think depression comes from a thing that we trying to figure out what we can't control, and the stuff that you can't control will stress you the hell out. Seriously. All right, man. Be easy, Michael. Good luck. But just do something, man. Listen, if you think about work, if you think about getting a job, if you think about working and taking care of family, but you have fear and resistance and anger and doubt, it's not gonna come. You have to look from it's the first time. You have to be fresh every single time. You have to be fresh every single time. If you think about getting a job or getting money, but you feel anxious and you feel scared, right? And you feel doubtful, that's what you are creating, man. That's what you are getting. We want to cleanse our mind. The remedy for depression is gratitude. One thing about depression, man, if we learn to stay present, if you learn to stay present, which is one of the hardest thing, right? That's what we consider healing. Hey, April, how are you doing? Because many people ask me, many people who I coach is about healing. One thing about healing is that you have to be present to heal. You cannot be anywhere else than present. And if you're not present, it's hell. Lily was good. It's hell to not be present. I hate the fact my church lady friend told me 3 years ago she's emotionally involved with someone. I'm too old to be called girlfriend. Why not say she's in the relationship? So simple. To be honest though, man, Daniel, Amaro, they say men are they say men are difficult. I think women is whew, women we don't understand. Women gotta use extra words, man. Yeah, Michael. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. Blessings to you. Yeah, they say men are hard to. Boy, women. She gotta use 180,000 words just to mention to mean one thing. I don't. We don't get it. You know, we don't get them. They don't get us. I think that's how it's supposed to be. That's why we gotta have faith and we just gotta have trust. I trust that you doing the right thing. You saying the right thing. Because Lord is hard. Gratitude is the highest mood. Be in the flow states. Yeah, man. Yeah. You know, every morning I wake up, man. Every morning I wake up. She speaks good English, no? Every morning I wake up, I go outside at 5 o'clock and I go outside and I give my gratitude. I experience gratitude in a higher sense. And the flow don't stop. Because I'm telling you right now, man, the things that we are seeing right now is gonna distract us. The things that we see on a day-to-day basis is gonna make you question everything. It's gonna make you look at yourself weird. It's gonna make you look at yourself like you don't know yourself. You ain't gonna never be right. You don't get what you want. But when you go outside, man, and you refresh that mind, because when you wake up, your mind needs to be refreshed. You can't carry on today with the old things from yesterday. You can't, because if you are, hey Monica, if you are doing that, hey Lucas, if you're doing that, you're gonna be stuck in yesterday. That's why many of us are stuck. Many of us are stuck in the years now. We're being stuck. We have been so stuck. Sandra, how are we doing? You know what I mean? Compromise, trust, and respect. Indeed, indeed. I have lived a very long time. I am 69 years old, and I have found that relationships, I think something is missing. Compromise, trust, and respect. That's what it's built on. Compromise. Hey, off grid, how are you doing? Oh, they call me Bishop Kirk. Compromise, trust, and respect. I agree, man. I agree. I don't think they are hard. Um, I don't think they are hard. Like relationships aren't hard, but only be stuck if you don't have a goal. You know what though, Farhan? Indeed, I actually agree because a lot of us don't have goals, man. And when you have a goal, when people tell me, Kirk, I'm stuck. I love him or her. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. Listen, do what you make a goal. You have to have goals, man. Like, if when it comes to relationship, I think many times in relationship, many of us stop having goals. We stop. We really stop having goals. We done. We're like, I'm done. I'm with someone now who loves me, who cares. We stop making goals. And I think that's why after the relationship is over, that's why we have to start going back to the gym. Why did you stop in the first place? Right? That's why we gotta start going back to school. Why did we stop in the first place? That's why we gotta start being healthy. Why did we stop being healthy? That's why we have to lose weight. Why are you gaining weight in a relationship anyways? Why are you doing worse? I think in a relationship, to be honest, and maybe I'm biased, I think in a relationship we should be doing better because we should support each other to do better. It's because two, right? Where there are two or more, it should be more. Where there are two, it should be more. It should be more motivation to be better. Maybe I'm crazy for thinking that. I wanted to know, what do you mean a person hasn't left when they don't? Um, was that from yesterday? I wanted to know. Wait, let me get there real quick. But yeah, a lot of times, man, a lot of times we stop. And so we see people in relationships, and maybe they're not happy, maybe they're not peaceful. We see people who are huge and overweight, and we're stuck in jobs and getting like it's like we digress when we get in a relationship, and I don't know why. I think we should actually improve, and I think people see that we get stuck and uncomfortable, and people get like, oh, I don't want you no more. Yeah, I don't want you no more. No, I'm not from Jamaica. I'm from St. Vincent. I don't want you no more because we get stuck. We really, really, really get stuck. I think when we're in a relationship, I think we should do better. I think we should try to do better. Not for the other person, but for us. Because we should. Because there's no reason why we are in an unsupportive relationship. Is either you are in a relationship or is it that you are in a supportive relationship or you are single? Seriously, is it that we are in a supportive relationship or you are single? Wagwan. Wagwan. So the question is, I said, I want to know what do you mean whether a person hasn't left when they don't come back? I forget what I was going with that statement. What do you mean a person hasn't left when they don't come back? I forget where I was going with that. I know I said that. I forgot where I was going with it. A lot of times people don't leave us because they are still in our emotions. Hey Monique, they are taking up they are taking over our emotions. They are taking over our thoughts. They are taking over our minds. They are taking over everything. And so a lot of times people really let me see something. People haven't left. And I think we have to clear them jokers out intentionally, because if not, they will linger in your spirit for years. They will linger around your emotions for years. They will make you attract the next person for years. You be there trying to cleanse them people out of your heart. You feeling all these feelings, all these emotions, all this and all of that. When they don't come back, is because they never left. Indeed, that's what I was saying. That's what, because they never left. They never really left. A lot of people, man, a lot of people haven't left. Hey, Ariana. And so they ain't left because you're still feeling their feelings. You're still feeling guilt. You're still feeling sad. You're still feeling lonely. You're still feeling this. And so they haven't left. And I think a lot of people get caught up in that. And so we go to date the next person and we can't because we already have someone in our spirit. And many of us get stuck, man. Many of us get stuck. But how, now the interesting question for me is, why should you have this motivation or goal at all? Which motivation are you talking about? You mean like when I was saying, why is a good relationship such an achievable thing for you? Achievable thing. Achievable thing. Was it achievable thing? Because I don't think is, I think many of us when we get in a relationship, it's not natural. Just like when when you start to play basketball, it's not natural. When you start to play golf, it's not natural. And so many of us, we have remembered the past time or the last time that it failed or it's not doing good. And we get stuck in this feeling it's not natural. And whatever is not natural, it doesn't work out for our good. It actually, we lose it. So why is a good relationship? Because a relationship, a lot of times, mirror us, what's happening within us. Because the one relationship that we have is with ourselves. And everything else, the one with food, the one with exercise or health, the one, the relationship with money and with people reflects from what we have on the inside, from what we feel and think, from what we have going on. And we don't realize that. You only have one relationship with yourself. And everything else mirror your relationship. Everything else mirror the ones with people, the ones with food, the ones with your family, the ones with your pets, the ones with everything else mirror the one with ourselves. And I don't think we realize that. So I think a great relationship sometimes, and it's not what we think about what is a great one, right? What's up, the Captain Pops? It's not about people who don't argue and people who don't fight. I ain't talking about that type of great relationship. I'm talking about if we use one thing I learned about relationships is this. One thing I learned is this right here. The person that you are with, the one who see you every day, right? The one who see you every day, the one that you fall asleep next to, the one that you eat with and drink with and talk to and sleep with. That person sees you a lot more than you see yourself. That person sees you a lot more than you see yourself. And that person will assist. Listen, that person will tell you exactly who you are sometimes. Sometimes the people that we are with, we see the truth in them. And that person might be a pastor or a minister or a teacher or something, but they're suck into their personal life. They are terrible at home. They treat their families like trash, right? They disrespect their kids. They abuse their wives or their husbands. And the truth is, the one person who sleeps with them, who know them, who talk to them, who stay with them, they know. And so that reflects their true nature. So that's how I see it. Should a woman, hey Speedy, should a woman avoid dating if she has an STD? Men approach me now more than ever due to some lifestyle changes, but I just brush them off. They always ask, why am I single? You know what? Even angels, that's a very deep question. Should a woman avoid dating? Not necessarily. I think I think at a certain point you should tell the truth to the person that you are interested in, or the ones who are interested in you. I think they should know, because to be honest, I have coached multiple women with STDs, and they have the permanent ones. But the thing is, they have to let that person know and let the person make their own choice. Especially if it's under control. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think that you should avoid dating. I think there's some people. I think there are some people who's gonna accept you. What's up, Shelly? Shelly, what going on, girl? What going on? But yeah, I don't think that you should avoid it necessarily. I think there's some people who will accept you with whatever you got, especially if it's control. Okay, what is your take on a long distance relationship? What is your take? I don't have a take on long distance relationship. Um, I don't have a take. I don't think it's good or bad. I think if both people wanted to work, it will work. But I think many times we don't think about it like this. What's going on, Simply Sheep? How we doing? I Simply Deep. I'm sorry. I think many times we don't really realize, we don't think about us moving ever. If you are entertaining a long distance relationship, you have to understand that it's gonna come a point where you're gonna move. It's possible that you have to relocate. I think we don't get to that far. I think we like where we at. If you like where you at, or if you love where you at and you're not moving, I think you should not mess with long distance stuff, because nobody, after a while, nobody wants to leave. Nah, well, I love you and you love me, but I don't want to come to where you're at, and you don't want. Listen, leave them things alone. Or if both parties ready to make that sacrifice, indeed, both people have to be open, and that jealousy stuff. If you want that constant attention all the time, it's not good for you, because they ain't gonna always be there. And if you don't, and if you have trust issues, you move in April. You know what I mean? If you have trust issues, talking to a chatbot. If you have trust issues and stuff, it ain't for you. Because Lord, you're gonna look for things, you're gonna find things, you're gonna be annoyed, it's gonna be different, man. It's gonna be different. Hey Barbie, how you doing? I think it's gonna be rough, but I think if we go in there with an open mind, and you know that when it's time to move, you're gonna move, I think it's gonna be fine. But long distance, whew, I mean, it's fun because you build up anticipation. You build up anticipation. You're excited. You can't wait to see your person, and it builds up that constant. I want to see that person. But if you have trust issues and stuff, man, we should not do it. Never being married or have. How old are you? Lovely. How old are you? Did I go too far changing my number because the person I love kept ghosting me? The person you love kept ghosting you? Lord. Hey, Gina. The person you love kept ghosting you, and you have to change it. I mean, listen, you ain't go too far. You do what you got to do. For the age group. Listen, you do what you got to do. There's no, listen, the truth is sometimes you have to burn every bridge. And I'm telling you this because you have to burn them bridges, man. And it's not for them not to cross over. It's for you not to cross back. Sometimes you got to burn the bridges just because you need to cut yourself off from access to that person. I mean, I get it. We burn bridges because the people, we don't want them back in our lives. But sometimes we have to burn the bridge for us so that we're not going to go back to their lives because we keep falling for the same stuff. And when you're talking about you love the person and, but the person who keep ghosting you listen, to be honest, this is where self-respect comes in. This is where self-respect comes in. Yeah, this is where self-respect and discipline comes in. Those two things. Because I'm telling you, when somebody is ghosting you, that discipline, that self-respect plays a huge part. That means if you are doing these silly stuff, I should have enough discipline or self-respect to remove myself. Not to keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. And because after a while, you become a great psychic. You know what's going to happen. You hope it doesn't happen, but you become a great psychic. If I talk to you again, you're going to do the same crap. If I talk to you again, you're going to do the same crap. If I let you back in, you're going to do it again. And so you become a perfect psychic. But that's when discipline and self-respect comes in. I'm bringing my future queen from Nigeria. God's willing. Can't wait. Man, do your thing. Do your thing, Danielle. Do your thing, man. Hey, listen, when you bring your queen from Nigeria, come to my video. Let's do a conversation because I know that you've been doing this for a while, man. So Godspeed, for real. Like, seriously. Do your thing, man. Hey, Terrelyn. I heard someone say today, I used to sing, when I was in the military, I used to have a cadence. I heard a mighty roar. I used to run with that cadence. That cadence used to be nasty. I heard someone say today, I heard, someone said today that if someone comes back but don't want to talk about the past or be held accountable, what do you think of that? So you said, I heard someone say today that if someone comes back but doesn't want to talk about the past or to be held accountable, what do you think of that? I think that person is playing games. I think that person is playing games. I think that, hey, Ms. Good. How are you doing? I think if a person don't want to be accountable, listen, one of the worst person to mess with is a person who don't take accountability. Lord have mercy. It stresses you. It's depressing. If a person refuses to take accountability, Lord, that relationship will never be okay. It will never work. It will always be struggles. It will always be fussing because nothing is their fault. Listen, I'm telling you, April, that's a narcissist. I'm telling you, it should be through every teenager. What should be foreign? I agree, self-respect and discipline. Very, 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 very. Oh, it should be taught. It should be taught, yeah. But if a person don't take responsibility, man, if a person don't take, I'm telling you, if a person don't take accountability for what they do, they bring pain and they frustrate you. Especially when you see they're playing in your face, right? Especially when you see what they are doing and they just, no, it's not my fault. Have you ever seen somebody cheat? Have you ever seen somebody cheated and blame you for it? Have you ever messed with somebody who cheated and blamed you for it, man? Lord, have mercy. It's like, that's a demonic thing, man. It's a demonic thing. And people do that. Yeah, people will cheat and blame you for it. Like it's your fault. Well, it's because, it's because you wasn't there. Like, damn, it's because you was in your period. What? Like, Jesus. Tips on spicing up your intimacy life with your lady, if you want to answer that. Yeah. Tips on spicing up your intimacy life with your lady, if you want to answer that. Now, I'm 44 years old. I'll be 45 this year. And I'm married. Been married for 10 years. Well, 9 years. Well, 9 years this year. Been with her for like 11 years now. This is what my tips would be to spice up intimacy. I'm going to be honest. As a man, coming to a man. DXR, for real. Tips, because a lot of times we men don't realize that these women, they just don't be turned on like us. These women don't be turned on. They be dry. Not that dry in that term. But you gotta start them jokers up. But one of the tips to make or to spice up intimacy is always keeping in communication with your lady. You text them for no damn reason. You text them for no reason. Number one, communicate with her while she's at work. Text them for no reason. Hey, how are you doing? I was just thinking about you. Not every minute. Not just bother her because she's away. Right? I'm talking about, hey, how are you doing? I was just thinking about you. How are you doing? Right? So that makes her mind, oh, he's thinking about me. Right? The second thing about intimacy is this. If you live with your woman, you have to understand that you can't let her do everything. You can't let her do everything in the house because she's tired. She's drained, right? She's frustrated. And she see you on the couch, drinking your little chocolate milk, right? Doing nothing else. She's washing clothes. She came from work. She's doing laundry. She's cooking. You have to do the things that, to actually to increase intimacy. You might be surprised how simple it is, man. You might be surprised, drinking tea, how simple it really is. It's not as hard as we think, because women like to feel appreciated. Clean and do laundry all my own. I'm telling you, but she like to feel appreciated. She like to feel loved. So if you can send her a message, help her around the house. It's not that you're helping her around the house because it's your house. You're doing, you're doing your thing. I don't help my wife around the house. I do my chores. It's not my wife's chores. It's our chores. It's our house, right? And so, and so doing these things right here, to be honest, might actually not turn her on, but it might give her time to feel, oh man, right? When she's next to you, when she walks past you, touch her. Touch that woman. Not because you're horny. Touch her. You acknowledge her. Especially if that's your woman. Hey, look at you. The next thing to do is this right here. A lot of times we stop giving our woman compliments when we have them. We will stop complimenting our woman because now she's ours. One thing that I have learned, for every compliment you give to any other woman, to any friend, you give your woman 10. Seriously. I mean, like, for real. Like, we stop doing things. See, the same things that we did to get her is the same thing that she needs. Because that's what she was drawn to when she met you. The same thing that you did to get her is the same thing that we have to continue doing. So compliment that woman all the time. Stop looking at, when she knows, we be finding faults with our woman. They don't feel as sexy no more. Like we be like, hey, what's wrong with your stomach? Hey, stop pointing out negativity. Stop pointing out her shortcomings. Stop pointing out her stomach. Mellow Yellow, what's going on with you? You know what I mean? Stop pointing out her stuff that you think is wrong. Encourage her, but not in a way that, hey, if you don't do this, like we be saying some silly shit. Like we be saying some shit like, I could have any woman I want, I could have any woman I want, Why you need boundaries in a relationship? Why do you need boundaries in a relationship? Like, do they even exist once you're in a... Hell yeah, boundaries exist. A matter of fact, boundaries should exist in your life that you don't even cross. Boundaries should be fully existent in your life, in your own life, that you don't cross. Like shit that you can't say to yourself. Like you refuse to gossip. You refuse to say things like, I'm stupid. Damn, I'm such an idiot. You have to have boundaries in every relationship. Because if you don't, that's where abuse comes from. Yes? Yep. If we don't create boundaries in relationship, people begin to disrespect you. People will call you out to your name. I was talking to this lady one time, man. And she like, yeah, man, I hate niggers and stuff. I hate niggers will do it. I say, wait, hold on now. That's not how we talk. I'm too old. We don't talk the niggas words and stuff. We can't do it. I can't. I don't know I don't know who talks like this. I'm out of that one. You see what I'm saying? People will, man, listen, no, we good. Boundaries is definitely, even with your friends. Indeed, them boundaries are very important. What do you think about the Shannon Sharpe situation? Man, Burners, listen, what do I think about the Shannon Sharpe? So you all know about this thing that's going on with Shannon Sharpe, right? Like this brother right here, and he rarely held accountability. Man, this brother, he's 56 years old, and he just caught a case with this 20-year-old female. 56 years old. Listen, one thing I will tell men, as a 45-year-old man myself, I don't like to argue. Man, April, me neither, man. No comment. One thing that I realized as a man, listen, if you don't have discipline when you open up your pants, if you don't have discipline when you take your clothes off, if you don't have discipline with your pee-pee, man, you can't keep nothing. You can't keep your money. You can't keep your name. You can't keep your rep. You can't keep nothing. That pee-pee, man, listen, if you don't have discipline with your sexual energy, man, everybody gonna listen. Everything that you have acquired in this world will be gone. And as a 56-year-old man, come on, man, seriously, I ain't trying to kick the man while he's down, but I have learned, man. I have learned. Listen, let me find one woman, just one, because out there, people are trying to get you. People will get you. A 20-year-old woman, she needs a young man. Like if we're taking all these young women, what is these young men doing? Like, what is this? Hold on, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. No, I'm live. We broke and trying to build. I Steph Michael. But seriously, man. So after a while, when you play them stupid games, you get stupid prices. You're 56 years old. Why don't you have a woman? Like your grown age. Why don't? And she ain't got to be 50. Like she ain't got to be 50. She could be 40, 38. I don't care. But a 20-year-old, a 20-year-old woman, eh, don't take this the wrong way. But a 20-year-old woman ain't got shit for a 56-year-old man. Big bag. I'm telling you. Young enough to be his daughter, his granddaughter. Listen, we have to learn that discipline is key. Discipline is key. Discipline is key. Without, especially a man's sexual energy, if we don't know how to tame that stuff right there, man, we can't keep nothing in our life. Every woman will leave. Our kids will hate us. Our money will leave. Man, I'm telling you, man, he screwed it up. And I think, after a while, things catch up to you. Yeah, Chandra, things will catch up to you. Things will catch up to you sooner or later. It catches up to you. It has to. I ain't want. Listen, shoot, man. If it has no age boundaries, 2020, you. I'm 45 years old. I don't want a 20-year-old. I don't want a 20-year-old woman to talk about what. A 20-year-old woman is like a child. Well, compared to me. What is, and I've heard somebody leaked the leak conversations. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know if it's real or not. I don't trust nothing on social media. I don't know about you all. I don't trust nothing on this thing right here. Social media, I don't trust nothing on it. But I've heard some of the conversations. And one thing that I realized, if that was the real conversations, you realize what they were saying, them conversation was dull as hell. One day, you all heard this conversation? It's really sad. There was dull. There was just like, yeah. So what we doing today? Yes? Sure, mama. It was just bland. It was like no seasoned chicken. Boring as hell. They were boring as hell. Listen, after a while, that stuff catches up to you, man. Listen, when you become a person who just thinking about sexual desires, that self-control is, boy, that you lose everything, man. You gotta be careful, man. And a lot of older guys now I think, one thing, like I said yesterday, one thing about messing with a younger woman, you have to have patience. I was naive at 20, oh my God, and men liked it. Now at 28, I know why. That's deep. You said you was naive at 20, and men loved it. And now at 28, I know why. Because, you can be taken advantage of. I think that's one of the reasons why men love, men say because she's in her prime. I don't know. I don't know, man. And I don't know if it's true or not, but I don't look at 20-year-olds, 20, 23, 25-year-olds like that. Some of them are very attractive, but conversation. Can you imagine the conversations? What are we talking, man? Somebody told me, Kirk, I'm mature for my age. Yeah, for your age. How about for my age? You know what I mean? How about I'm mature for my age? What is that? Gotta do with my age. I'm 40 something years old. It does. It really does predatory for real. That is true too. Two things can be true at the same time. That is very true. But I don't know, man. I don't find younger women in their 20s attractive. I mean, I find them attractive physically, but that's as far as I will go. Even if I get divorced now, in the next few, man, listen, I'm mature for my age. I don't care whose age you mature for. You ain't mature for mine. Because what we talking about, man? I'm retired. You know, I'm retired. I'm a retired man. I did my time. I got married. I got divorced. I got kids. We ain't got nothing to talk about. Sure. You know, one thing about having kids out of school is that your snacks are gone very quickly. Y'all have kids. This week is my children's spring break. These kids eat snacks every minute. How are they eating snacks every minute? Their snacks, my snacks. I bought some snacks today. $80 worth of snacks, and my food is gone. What's up, Derek? My food is gone. I'd be thinking, if I was his age, would I be out of his league? If he was his age, yeah. Why? What do I sound like, Kevin Hart? I sound like Kevin Hart? Most people will take advantage if they are given to. But we gotta be careful, man. We gotta be careful. 2 weeks ago. But listen, man, I'm telling you, these people these days, man, you know, the hunger of a man. The thing about men is that we are wired differently from women. Was my grandchildren, they had to go. I feel they're greedy, man. They're greedy. We're back in the hood. What's up, billionaire aesthetics? How you doing? Only fun ruining it for everyone. Man, listen. You know what though, DXR? Let's be honest, man. People say that they want men to be healed. Men should be healed. I wish men should be healed. Imagine if I snap my finger. Imagine if God snapped his finger, if he has fingers. Right? Imagine if he snapped his finger and every man on this planet, just the man, get healed. Oh, Lord. That would be chaotic, won't it? That would be terrible. Who's going to the strip clubs? Shit. I have never been to the strip club before. I have never been to a strip club. I was never curious. I don't want to smell nothing. Hey, Bridget, how you doing? I don't want to go in there. I don't want to smell no booty. I don't want to smell no pole. I don't want to touch anything. I have never gone to a strip club. Lovely. I'm serious. I have never went to a strip club. I have never gone. Never. Dr. J, never. I had no desire to go to a strip club. No desire. I still don't. I don't want to eat there. I don't want to drink there. I don't want to touch nothing. I don't know what happens in there. I don't care to know. I don't really want to know. I still don't want to know. I'm 45 years old. I've never been. I'm good. Really, I've never been to a strip club. One thing that my wife ain't gonna worry about is me being around a bunch of naked people. I don't trust it. I don't want to be around half naked people. My ex-girlfriend asked me to go. I thought it was I'm telling you, man. I don't have a desire to go. I don't want to smell. I don't know what it smells like. I don't even smell like booty. I don't know what it smells like. I have no idea. I don't want to know. That's one of them things that I'm good to never experience. And then you go in there just to get turned on for no reason. You're not curious at one point. No, never. When my boys talk about going to the strip club, I'm like, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. You all go ahead. I go to the regular club. Vacation in Florida. Well, Tommy girl, don't be too proud because I've done other things. Don't be too proud yet because I have done other things. I have done many, very, very bad things with women. So don't be too proud. That was my past. I just never got curious about going to a strip club to see naked people for no reason. Hey, I don't be behind women dancing in the club. For what? What am I getting turned on for? If I ain't getting none, I don't want. If I ain't getting it, I don't want to sample it. I don't want to try it. But everybody say, I wish all men got healed. I wish all men are healed. Let me tell you something about men. If men get healed today, if God snap his spiritual fingers and men get healed, strip club gonna be empty. OnlyFans will be drained. There will be no OnlyFans. So Instagram would be dry. Instagram will be dried up. Ain't nobody gonna. Who are you are gonna shake your asses to? Hey, Miss Natural. Who's gonna be seeing your butt cheeks? Uh, Joshua, give her back her penny. And she has many pennies, you know. She has a lot of penny. Gina, I think she has so many pennies. She wants her penny back. I don't want. Hey, Maria, how you doing? Same for women. I'm telling you, if women, you know, miss nothing, right, Shan? I'm telling you, Shan. Indeed. But if God, you know, men need to be healed. If men get healed, oh my God, what would you all complain about? What you all gonna complain about? what you all gonna? That's he's so healed. He think that I'm nothing at all. She imagine if you imagine a woman. Imagine if you were the one who Christ, who Jesus. Imagine if you was the one. Imagine if Christ came and lived amongst men, lived amongst us, and chose you. Boy, if woman was healed, boy, Lord, if woman was healed, listen, if heal is a serious thing. If men become healed right now, the entire world will be in trouble. I think we're gonna be broke. You know, I think we're gonna be broke. I think we're gonna just this world is gonna just drop. I think women are gonna be struggling. I think you're gonna complain. You can't talk about us no more. What you are gonna do? If all women become healed, we men, we ain't gonna be depressed no more. We ain't gonna be sitting down waiting. I'm telling you, you know, we ain't gonna be talking about what you bring to the table. Now we actually have to do something. We gotta do something. Man, listen, the problem is a lot of us are sick. Right? We are sick. Demari, what's good? We are sick. We are sick, 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 sick. And the thing about it is that even in our sickness, people don't mind because people are sick too. Because we're sick. We shadow and sick. Women can build a community. Hey, Nicole. Maybe everybody ain't supposed to be healed. What do you all think? Maybe we all listen. Maybe everybody ain't supposed to be healed. As far as what we call healing, maybe everybody is supposed to be healed. Because money will change. OnlyFans. You know how much billions of dollars. You know how much billions. You know how much billions of dollars OnlyFans get. You know how much money. You know how much billions of dollars on especially pornography. Oh Jesus! If men get healed, no more porn. Platforms use what some women go through to make money. Indeed, indeed, Tommy girl. Indeed. It's a business. It's a business. The porn industry, oh. It's gonna be very sad. Men ain't just giving away their money. People ain't getting sued for $50 million by a 20-year-old no more. Oh my God. People need deliverance. You right. I agree, April. I agree. I completely agree. Maybe we don't know what healed is. Many of us don't understand what heal really is. Healing, I think healing is a scam these days, anyways. I think healing is a scam these days. I think it's a big scam. I think many of us are scamming healing because we think healing is something. Hey, Alfie, what's good? How you doing? Happy birthday to you, man. Happy birthday to you. I think healing is a scam these days. I think everybody have this. Can I tell you all something, man? Can I be honest with you all? We overuse it. Doing the job that I do, this career, this thing that I do, whatever you call it, I talk to a lot of people. I talk to a lot of people. I talk to a lot of people. I talk to doctors. I talk to therapists. I talk to psychotherapists. I talk to, who's some other people? Psychologists, and I talk to them people. And you all probably don't know that. I talk to those people a lot. And they usually book me. I get booked by people who are in that field, who help people. Went to school for 8, 12 years, and who's doing it. And when I tell you that they have no clue themselves, when I tell you they have no clue themselves. I remember this psychologist, she booked me once, and she's like, "Oh my God." She said, "How?" And it's not on relationship. She's like, "How did you know these things? Like, I don't know these things." I'm like, "But it's because we don't heal. You learn the information to spit it out. We don't learn it to practice it." I can't think of anything more beautiful than lifting each other up. I don't think it's supposed to be easy to climb a mountain. Indeed, 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 indeed. If you male, um, you say, remember, if you mail $50, you will get a big blessing, and your blessing dependent on how much money you mail. And that's something though. Appreciate the teach. Thank you, Stuggy. Thank you, thank you. So I talk to other people, and they learn the information just to regurgitate it. They're just to and to make some money from it. One thing about this healing thing, the basic thing about healing is learning how to be still. If you can be still, you can heal. It's not it's not a bunch of all these. It's so much stuff. Boy, there's so much stuff happening. It's so much. Listen, it's so much stuff happening. People are trying to do this and listen. When I realize how simple this thing really is, this spiritual journey, as we call it, this spiritual walk, this healing journey, this whatever self-love journey, whatever we call it, this healing journey. When I realize, man, but you don't agree with, when I realized how simple it really is, I was like, man, I don't think it's meant to be that hard. But here's the thing, there are different routes. Whatever routes work for you, right? There are different paths to healing, I guess. And I had to learn this myself. We all know what heal someone means, but I can't express it in words. Yeah? I remember, to be honest, I went to a therapist before. I had to. Right? When I came from Iraq, I had to. I had to go to to therapy. I had to go through a whole bunch of stuff. I had to go through stuff for my TBI. How my mind began to forget things, everything after I got blown up. I had to go through stuff. I had to get help, and I had to do things for PTSD. Seeing combat and stuff. And when I tell you, man, but when I tell you, when I realize anxiety disorder, PTSD, TBI, all those things that I've been through, all those damn things that I've been through. When I realized that I was stuck for a couple years, and I was really in this this place in my life where life was just, I was about to take it, right? I was thinking about taking it because I'm like, this can't be. And then I went to therapy, and I'm like, this, what is this? So I realized, okay, let me figure this thing out. Let me figure this thing out. And I begin to go towards the Buddhist practice, the Hindu practice. I left the Western stuff alone. I left the Western stuff. I went east. And I began to look at my mind. I began to look at the Stoicism parts of this world, right? I began to go in deep in my mind. I realized what healing really is. And to be honest, I realized healing, it's not what we think it is. Because a lot of us ain't sick. A lot of us just don't like what comes to our mind, and we fight it. And when we fight it, we become anxious. You know what I mean? Thank you, KKP. Thank you. And I learned to deal with them things by myself. I learned to work on those things. I learned to take time, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, being still, being still, quiet, quiet, quiet. Because in the quiet, your body can do anything. In the quiet and stillness, anything could actually happen. In the quiet and the stillness, man, life is right there waiting for you. When it's still and quiet, life is right there. If you can't be quiet, man, you're talking about healing journey for 24 years, 30 years. You know what I mean? 20 years will be, I'm on a healing journey. If you just learn to be still and learn to be aware and learn to be present, that's the hard part. It's not, do you know that it's not healing that's hard? The hard part is being present. Healing is natural. Big facts when I still learn most about myself. Indeed, indeed. Can people heal each other in a relationship? It is deep. It is. I have a few books that I read on stoicism. Can two people heal each other in a relationship? Yes. If two people are willing to have understanding and have patience. Because when it comes to relationship, if you was messed up in a relationship, if you lost trust and all these things, many of you will notice one thing. Many of you will see one thing, right? Many of you will recognize something. If you in a relationship and you being abused or whatever and whatever else, and you been going to hell in this relationship, and you lost trust, you lost a sense of self, you lost this, you lost peace, you lost your happiness. You have to understand something. When you leave the relationship, you might come back to a neutral state where you are okay and you're not anxious anymore and you're not. But when you go back in another relationship, the same thing comes up. The feeling comes back. The fear comes back. The anxiety comes back. All that stuff comes back because are you really healed? No, you're just unbothered. It's different. You're unbothered. And so you will find that many times in a relationship, two can work together to help each other. Two can actually come together and help each other. Two can come together and help each other because that's what we need to understand. But many of us don't want to do it. We don't want that patience. We don't want that accountability or the responsibility. We don't want it. Because we think you should come as you gotta come this and heal. One thing I love about my wife, when I met my wife, she was jacked up just like I was jacked up. We was jacked up. But when I realized, man, I caught her. But when I realized my wife was, when you see my wife now, my wife is very quiet and peaceful. When you met my wife, I tell you guys a story all the time. My wife was a miserable lady. She was hurt. She had just got divorced too. She was angry. She hated her father, right? She was going through hell. She hated her career. She hated how she looked. Right? She was always beautiful, but she hated everything. And when I met her, I'm like, hey, no, we can't. No, I can't do this with you. This is heavy. But I was heavy too. I was in a bad place. But I realized, man, once I began to read and I began to study and I began to fix myself. And I began to do what I have to do. I began to become that man who I wanted to do or who I wanted to be. And when I became that man, on the journey of becoming that man, she looks at me. And she looked at me. She's a very observant. She observes that. She's quiet now because she looks. And she looks at me. And she looks at me. And she looks. And when I switch, she switch. She switched. When I do this, she moved. When I come closer, she came closer. Man, it was hell. But I knew I wanted her and she wanted me, right? So I said, let's do this together, man. And now when I look at my wife and I look at myself, I look at my wife. My wife is the most peaceful, relaxed, happy. Now she is successful. She got to the highest rank now. She's young. She's fit. She's the mother of two. She is mentally focused and driven. Man, she is doing her thing now. Because when I met her, she was about to give up. She's like, I can't do it no more. I hate the military. I know she's in. She has the only one position on this place. Everybody wants it. That everybody can't have it. And when I look at her, I realize we did this together. And so many times, many of us miss out on great people because we don't want to give people a chance because we think people should come heal. The truth is, many of us ain't gonna come heal. Someone who wanted to make it work. Indeed. Yeah, tag team. And so we begin to just, and now it's so simple. I don't have that ego in charge of me. She don't have an ego in charge of me. You know what it is? When it comes to relationship, if you learn how to recognize your ego, if you learn how to recognize your ego and put your ego in check, and because a lot of times men, we lead by our ego. Seriously, a lot of times we lead by our ego, and we want to say no just because we can, because we men. No, don't go. Just because we can. Just because of our ego. We would say, I don't want you going there. Just because me, I don't have that issue. Yeah, do what you do. But when I do say no, there's no questions. When she do say no, I have no question. I get it. Because she don't play those games. She don't tell me, Kirk, don't be on social media. Kirk, don't talk to nobody. Kirk, don't this. Kirk, who you talking to? Kirk, she don't have that problem. So when she says something, got it. When I say something, got it. Kirk, I want this. It's not based on ego. Let's get it. So now that our ego is recognized and checked, man, that thing flows so smooth. And when I tell people sometimes, we don't really argue. We don't have arguments. People don't believe it. We don't really have arguments. It's very simple. The argument stuff, I can't. We don't have that no more because the ego is in check. But can two heal together? Definitely. 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 I got an Uber to airport and the driver asked where I was going. I said, a solo weekend trip. Why did he respond aggressively saying, you not going with your man? Why are you? Why are some men aggressive for no reason? Because I don't know. That's a good question. Because they're angry. They're angry. I've been working on not focus on men and they bother me. Because when you're trying to not focus on something, you focus more on it. To be honest. It's like, don't think about the monkey. The monkey ain't going nowhere. It's like they attract to you even more. I got to heal alone. That's just me. Listen, don't get me wrong. Healing is an individual thing. But the thing that we call healing, somebody asked me, what do you think pure stoicism is not compatible with humans? Why is that not? Or why not? Do you think it's possible to be in a healthy relationship if you resent your dad? You don't have to, yeah, because you don't have to keep resenting your dad. You could make peace with your dad. Remember, what you meet on the outside is what you meet in yourself, is what you carry in yourself. What you meet on the outside is what you carry within yourself. And you want to, because you can, here's the truth. You cannot resent your dad. You can't be angry at your dad. You can't resent anybody, really. We resent ourselves. You don't resent him. He is just an illusion that you are using to experience or express resentment. You see what I'm saying? He's just an illusion that you are using or an excuse that you are using to have resentment on the inside. But resentment only bothers you and affects you. It changes you. It doesn't change your father. Your father probably made a mistake. He don't care anymore. He have done his part. He apologized maybe, or he died, or he moved on. He's done. So we have to understand this thing that we carry. You can't resent your father. You really can't. That's an illusion. You could only carry resentment. But you think it's to your father. And I mean, it is what it is. It really is what it is. But understand, you could only carry resentment for you. You could only resent you. What do you have the chance? Indeed. What do you have the chance? What do the dad have to do with being in a relationship? I never could understand that. Because a lot of times, Tommy girl, the person that you resent the most, the person that you resist the most is the one that you meet the most. Is the ones that you meet. A lot of times, when you have issues with your father or your mother, like, do you see those men who can't just be satisfied a lot of times with one woman? Do you see those men who just were going from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman to woman? A lot of times, those men are wounded by their mothers. They are wounded by their mothers, and they don't understand that. So they never be satisfied. They are wounded. Their mother wounded them somehow. I don't know what they did. And these men, these brothers, they will love bomb you. They will love the hell out of you in 2 days. You are saying they will love you in 2 days. And after you say I love you too, they're gone to the next because they are wounded. They cannot be satisfied. They have a thirst that cannot be quenched, a hunger that cannot be fulfilled because they are wounded. So we have to be aware. So a lot of times, these people, like these women who have issues with their fathers, remember, if you carry something in your heart, you can't remember the resentment that you carry for your father. You don't carry it for him, you carried it within you. And so it blocks everybody in your life. It's not just your father it affects, because it doesn't affect your father, it affects you. You see things differently. You're the one who's seeing from the sight of resentment. You're the one who's seeing things from a place of that blockage. You're the one who slows your heart down because resentment affects the heart. Resentment affects the heart. That's a heart thing. And when your heart thing is being blocked and held and your love is not able to be expressed properly, when your love is not flowing properly, when your love is not flowing effortlessly because you have things holding it back like anger and resentment and bitterness, then understand who you're going to attract will mirror your father a lot. Or the person that we resent. Your ex-husband, your ex-boyfriend, your girlfriend. So we have to be mindful. People to suppress emotion with rationality. I don't think it tells you to suppress emotions. I think it tells you to understand the emotions and understand why are you angry for? Let them be free. Let them be free. Let them be themselves. I don't see. That's the part that it doesn't tell you to suppress these things. It tells you to understand why. Let people be free, and it's not by suppressing them. It's by understanding them, by overcoming them. It's not suppressing them at all. But a lot of people say that though. People don't even realize it. Exactly, Maria, exactly. I have a lot of anger inside towards my father. I want to make peace for myself. Physically feel it. Yeah. So listen, you have to make that peace within yourself. You have to, you know what you have to do? You have to open your heart. You have to open your heart. Black butterfly, what's up? You have to open your heart. Because your heart is, see, once the heart is closed, that thing begins to eat it up from the inside. Then you feel a physical pain. So it is you have to be very careful. You have to open your heart. You have to love anyway. As corny as this sounds and as cliche as this sounds, love is in this case, love is the answer. As corny as this really is, love is really the answer, man. Love is the answer. Love is the glue. Greetings, Drill Luck. How you doing? Love is, listen, as corny as it sounds, love is really the antidote. Man, listen, when I learned that, because Stoicism teaches you to love. Stoicism, I actually was reading this book last week. Give me a second. I was reading this book last week. It's called Stoicism and the Art of Happiness. This right here. Now, I'm not saying to get this book because you're probably not going to find it anyways. I bought this book I actually bought this book in Estonia. And I'm surprised it was in English. But I bought it in Estonia. I was doing some research in Stoicism. Hey, Chesney. And Stoicism teaches you to love every single person. Do you all know that? It's not just the gospel that taught you that. Stoicism teaches you that. Buddhism teaches you that. Hinduism teaches you that. Stoicism, the Christian teaches you that. They teach you the same thing. Love, because love is the only thing. When you love, you understand your emotions. When you love, you can understand your emotions. You can understand what it does to you. You can understand that you have no need for these emotions. You know what I had to do to overcome these things? I had to practice new emotions. I say this all the time because I think people underestimate when I say practice new emotions. You're being suffering with anger, resentment. I can say more, but it's kind of boring. Gina, we'll talk about it later, Gina. Deals only with things you can control. Judgment you have to let it go. In Stoicism. You see, we talk about this healing stuff. I did not know that. Yeah. We're talking about healing stuff. A lot of things is not heal. A lot of things is experience. Just because I experience certain things doesn't mean that I have to heal from it. I think the Western, these Westerners teaches you that healing is sometimes, listen, you're going to see things on your journey. And just because you see it, you don't have to heal from it because there's nothing wrong with it. There is nothing wrong with. I think a lot of times you gotta heal this, you gotta heal from this. I gotta heal from this relationship. No, you don't. Heal from what? We are allowed to see things. Human beings are the only ones that gotta heal from every damn thing they encounter. They encounter somebody lying. I have to heal from you lying. I have to heal from you putting somebody pee in your vagina, right? Somebody else putting their pees in yours. So you taking. It's like it's too much. You gotta heal from, and so the world will f with you all day because everything that happens you have to heal from. Some things you just have to just. I see. No. Huh? You have to be able to see things, right? From an objective point of view, see things objectively and say, "Yeah, okay, I see it." Nothing else. Love is the strongest magic, the strongest emotion. Love is very powerful, man. Teach you calmness. Yeah. But this is why for me personally, I think I don't just do one practice. I have a whole bunch of them jokers that I do. I have a whole bunch of them jokers that I practice, right? I have a whole bunch. I pick and choose from whichever one. So I picked my Stoicism one, my Taoist, um, my Christian ones, my I have a lot of those kind of books, man. But when you study those things, man, you realize there's not just one way. But I have come to live this life to realize I don't take things personal. I don't take much things personal because when you take things personal, you are always in these. What's up, spiritual angel? How we doing, man? You're always in these emotions. You're always in these emotions, and they don't take it away. I learned to practice new emotions. You have to practice new emotions. If you've been angry all your life, it's time to stop being angry. What you still angry for? Right? You can't be like a rock. Those jokers, right? Go with the flow. Don't take it personal because we can't control the behaviors of others. We can't control the weather. I'm doing great too, man. I'm doing great, Ronald. I'm doing great. We can't control the weather. We just let it be. When it rains and we want to hang out and go out, we just stay inside and let the rain fall. Just watch the rain. We need it anyways. When people acting out, you watch them. It's not personal. I mean, people suffering, people struggling. Tell my cousin all the time, you can't take it personal. We can't. I'm teaching my children that don't take things personal. I had like I told you guys, I had my kids, my children read the 4 agreements. My son is not 10, my daughter is 11. I had them read the 4 agreements, and I had them read which book again? The Game of Life and How to Play It. The 4 agreements and the Game of Life and How to Play It. That book was given to me by Miss Gina. Thank you, Gina. That's a great book. The Game of Life and How to Play It and the 4 agreements. And when I had them explain those books to me, the way how they explain those books is amazing. 10 and 11. And I want them to learn. They have to learn this now. Because I think we grew up not being taught these things, and now we in our 40s and 50s, and we're suffering, we're struggling, ain't we? Both are awesome, indeed. We suffering now, we struggling because we gotta heal from this, heal from that. Imagine if you never took it personal. Man, you would be there. Your self-image would be like so high. It would be so beautiful. Yeah, I think young and old ones. No. I mean, yeah. Well, yes, you're right. I'm about 40, so it's easier because I had the time when I had to be in my terrible days, right? Yeah, I mean, I feel you. It's easier. But you know what, though? Like, my mom planted her seeds. My mom planted her seeds for us as kids. Because when you teach your kids in the early stages, you plant those seeds early. And I thank my mom, man. I thank my mother for planting those seeds early. Because now, listen, one thing about a seed, right? One thing about when you plant these seeds. That's it. One thing about when you plant those seeds. You can't be so caught up into how it grows. You can't be caught up into the early stages. You can't be caught up and try to control where it should be at this time. After 1 year, we should be here. After 2 years, it should be there. You have to let that seed grow on its own. And I think when you plant those seeds, because when you plant those seeds early, the kids are going to be kids. The young adults are going to be young adults. And we're going to want to experience and see and touch and feel and do all these things. We want to experience all things. It's like a baby. We never stop being babies, you know. Like when you give your baby, when your baby is learning herself or himself, I look at my kids. My baby, you know, he picks something up and he put it in his mouth, put it by his nose, put it by his eyes, because he is growing up. He has to experience all the things for himself. He has to taste it. He don't have to taste, but he want to put it in his mouth and put it this and put it that and do this and do that. And so they learn. And so when you plant those seeds early, when a parent plant those, I'm planting my seeds now, but I know my kids are going to act their ass. I know they're going to act their ass. They're supposed to. They're going to act their ass. But after a while, they remember. Give me 1 second. But they remember. What just happened to this thing, man? 1 second. I wasn't taught these things growing up. I'm dead inside. Parenting wasn't displayed correctly. Man, listen. I thank my mom, man. She tried hard, boy. She tried hard. I love the Four Agreements, The Game of Life, and How to Play It is by Florence and a cousin. Oh, really? Oh, wow. That's pretty deep. That's a good book, man. That's a great book. I don't think it's possible to turn it off, taking something personal. For example, if I do something bad to your family, be it your mom or children or anyone, you're gonna for me 100% take it personal. You know what? I learned to do exactly what I wanted to do. I learned to do exactly what I wanted to do. I learned to do exactly what I wanted to do. And you're right. Because the average, I mean, to not take things, certain things, especially when it's close to you, especially when it's to your kids, with your family, your spouse, I think it's personal there, right? Not personal. I think we tend to take it personal or more personal when it comes to, especially our kids. And you know what? Sometimes it is what it is, right? It's, you turn it on, but the closer it is to you, it's like, you do it to me, I get it. But the little 7-year-old girl, the little 8-year-old, 10-year-old, I will do exactly what I want to do. I will do, because I don't believe what you believe, right? I don't go by what you go by. So for me, see, this is why you can't look at someone else living their life, because you don't know why they are doing what they are doing. And that's why, one thing again, that's why you're not supposed to take it personal. But understand, you take it personal. Everybody takes it personal. We all take it personal, especially when it happens. Automatically, when something happens, bam, our first reaction, right? It's a lot of times personal. But after a while, you begin to think. You begin to relax. You begin to calm down. Wait, is it lagging? You guys can't hear me? Is my stuff lagging on TikTok? Since my TikTok gave me some. Okay, you can hear. Can you see me though? Okay. Okay, so it's not okay. Thank you. Roger B, how are you doing? Sugi, what's good, girl? It's in and out? Huh. Gladys, how are you doing? For me, you hurt my mom. I can't imagine ever being calm around that. I mean, listen, sometimes it is what it is, right? You do what you gotta do. Hey, Kirk, see. Good. Good, Speedy, good. What was I saying? But yes, something happened and somebody does something, right? Like for instance, somebody lies to you. After a while, you like, I mean, for a first moment, you're like, damn, that's foul. But then that memory kicks in. Understanding kicks in. It might take a day. It might take a few hours. But based on how disciplined you are, it might take a couple minutes. You know, I noticed this in myself. I got angry. I experience all emotions, by the way. You know, I experience all my emotions. I am a perfectly healthy emotional male. I'm a perfectly healthy emotional male. I see all emotions. I experience them all. Right? So I'm not saying, okay, thank you. I'm not saying that it's instant. I'm saying I see it all because it's a natural reaction. We are in a physical reality. So everything affects us. But the thing about when I see myself angry, when I call on to it, or when I catch on to it, I'm like, damn, look at me being angry. This is what I said to myself. Damn, look at me being angry. And when I talk like that towards myself, I snap out of it. Damn, look at me being angry. Bam. Damn, look at me being sad. Bam. It might take me a couple hours sometimes. Yeah, because in all reality, things are going to affect you. I mean, we are physical beings here. Yeah, we are spiritual beings, but we are physical too. We are very much physical. You can feel, you can touch, you can taste. It's physical too. But the thing is, once you plant those seeds in you, you have more understanding. You don't draw things out for years. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't carry them things out for years and months trying to, you know, your vibration is lower and then you feeling this and you feeling this. Sometimes you just have to understand. You feel it and let it go. I can't even joke in my anger. I'm telling you. Thank you, MC. Seriously. So I know that I listen, I'm healthy, man. I experience all emotions. Happiness, joy, peace, this, that, this, that, this. Right. This, that, this. You can experience all things. But above all, you have to have understanding, man. You have to have understanding. You have to have understanding. You have to have within yourself. Because when I learned that I'm not carrying anger for you, I'm carrying it for me. When I learned I can't carry resentment for you, I could only carry it for me. When I learned I can't carry grudge for you, I could only carry grudge for me. I realized, let me let this thing go. Let me release these things because these things is very toxic with, you know, if I keep carrying it, it's very toxic. So I realized, oh, I'm carrying it, let me release it. It keeps me, my body flows. I use the bathroom better. Many of us can't use the bathroom properly because we're carrying all this grudge. Oh shoot. It's like carrying a bag full of bricks. It only affects me. Right. Facts. That's what it is. I hate to be angry myself, but I don't know a way to turn it off. For me to get angry, I don't know. I don't really practice anger much. I don't really practice anger much. I don't. I think I practice. You know, the way how to not experience these vibrations or these emotions quite often, if you want to lessen the experience of the anger and stuff, is to be more present most of the day. Is to be more, when you are more present, you don't react instantly. When you are more present, it takes you a while to build up anger. When you are present, it takes a lot of energy indeed. When you are, the more present that you stay during the day, is the easier it is to not be angry. That's what it is. The more relaxed, two things. The more you keep your body relaxed, and the more you can be present. Thank you for the bowl. Thank you. The more you can be present and keep your body relaxed, because many of us are tense. Whose shoulders is up? Who has a very low shoulder? I mean, a very high shoulder, like this. You walk around like this all day. Your neck hurting, your shoulder hurting, your muscles hurting, your collarbone hurting, this, and then you are tense. It's like having a finger on the trigger. It's like when you walk around tense, it's like your finger is on a trigger. You walk around looking for something, waiting for something, fear of something. And once something happens, it pops off, you snap, right? Anger is quick. It's bam, it's quick. The captain pops, you right? It's quick. Your reaction is quick. But imagine if you don't walk around with your hand on your trigger. Imagine you have a gun in your pocket and you walk around and something happens. It takes a while to get to that space. It takes a while to get there. But before you get to the space to accidentally shoot something or someone, what happens is that you see them clearly and you think about it. And so it takes a time to pull out and aim. So by the time you are recognizing it's you. It's not me, it's you. It's okay. Do you see what I'm saying? I can let go of every bad influence. Even though my barrier is thick, it can be broken. I'm sure. I'm sure we all have barriers that can be broken. It's just on a daily basis. It's not. That's the hey. Listen, that's the goal. Because if it breaks easy, if it breaks every day and every minute and everyone can break it, then we have a problem. That means our energies are gone. But I think we have to learn at a certain point. We have to learn that we don't give people that privilege of bringing us anger. Like we can't give everybody the privilege of making us angry or making us insecure. I think we give people that energy quick. What question, Gina? Do you see what I'm saying? Without the snap. But what did I just say? I forget what I just said. You know, I realize, man. I realize that this life, don't judge it too much. Don't judge it. Don't judge it. Don't tell it. Don't tell yourself how you should be, how you're supposed to be. Just be. Just be. And if you don't like what you are being in that moment, just be something else. I think we are too caught up in I don't have tolerance to stupidity and lies. um, I think we should just be. Because I think we don't know how to be, man. I think we all gotta be something at all moments. I think one thing that helped me on my journey is that I don't have to be anything. I don't have to be anything. Yeah. I don't have to be anything. I could just be. That's like God saying, I am that I am. I don't have to be anything specific right now. I don't have to be anything. I don't have to feel anything. I could just be. I can just be relaxed. I can just be. And I think when you are just being, nothing really, it's very hard to be affected by what's going on around you. People ask me, Kirk, why are you always smiling? Yeah, why not? I choose. My choice. I don't have to have a joke to smile or to laugh. Seriously, like I don't have to have a reason for something. Something good doesn't have to happen for me to feel happy or feel joy. You see what I'm saying? Nothing has to happen. And I had to realize that too when I realized nothing had to happen for me to be healed. I had to realize that too. See, it's always too. I had to realize nothing had to happen for me to heal and fix whatever is going on or me to be still. And when I realized that nothing has to happen on the outside for me to do something on the inside. So I choose the inside first and the inside affects the outside. Nothing has to happen for me to be happy. Nothing has to happen on the outside for me to be at peace. Nothing has to stop for me to be sad. I realize I can choose sadness if that's what I choose. But I can choose peace too. So I don't need nothing on the outside to change so I can change. And when I learned that, I don't need the headache to be gone before I feel healed. Seriously. I don't need the cut to disappear before I realize I'm healed from it. I don't really need my foot to be mended back after the broken bone for me to be healed. I can realize that healing is in the present moment. And when I learned that, I began to practice that. If I'm miserable, I can practice being happy. And whichever one the mind accepts, whichever one have a stronger pull is the one that the mind takes. And so when I learned that, I realized you can't serve two masters. So if I'm angry at something, I realize I can think about something else, create another feeling, and whichever one is stronger takes over. Let them fight for it like dogs. Let the anger fight and the happy fight, and let's see who wins. But let me put in a real fight on the happiness though. Let me feel joy. Because you cannot serve two masters. When I learned that, I began to practice that. Just that alone. I had to practice that. When I was going through my PTSD stuff and my anxiety disorder and stuff, when I was going through those things, I had to choose a way to be. Because if I didn't choose, I would be stuck in the PTSD. I would be stuck in it. I would be stuck in my anxiety. Hey, Alyssa, I would be stuck. How that song go? Something, something, something is my anxiety. Yeah. I had to choose a way. I had to choose one route. Yes, I feel it. Yes, I felt. Yes, I felt the pain. Yes, I felt the suffering. Yes, I felt the anxiety. I felt it. I saw it. I experienced it. I saw the memories in my mind. I saw the images of war. But I had to put my mind somewhere else and create a different experience. And I had to do it every day. I had to do it every day. I had to sit down every day and practice this emotion. Listen, you know what I had to do? Let me tell you all the lesson that I had to do. It's a choice. Somebody's watching me. It's my anxiety. Right? That's the one. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Maria. What I have to do every day to face this anxiety and face this PTSD and because depression too, because them things carry depression, man. Them things. You know, I saw a lot of my buddies from coming back from to the homeland. I see them took their life. They took their own lives. They took their family's life. Yeah, they took the life of their partners. I had to do the same thing after my passing of my 16-year-old daughter. Man, that's powerful. Relationship motivator. That's powerful indeed. That's right there, boy. Lord, let me. That's a tough one right there. I bless you for that. I had to. You know what I had to do? I had to sit my ass down. That's why I always say, sit your ass down. I had to sit down every day, right here. Right here. In a space, I had to sit down every day. Before I enter the day. Before anything, because a lot of times we want to meditate when something happened. We want to bring calmness after something happened. We want to fight the thing that's happening. No. You do it first. Every day, make it a habit. Make your body get adjusted to that peace. Bring that experience to your body in the morning. You do it every single day. I don't care what you got going on. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care how busy you are. You have time. One thing I know, you have time. Stop. If you ain't got no time, make time. Hey, Amanda, how you doing? You have to make time to this. And so when you understand this, you know you have anxiety. You know you have this. You know you have this. Then you have to give the body a new feeling. You have to give the body a new feeling. The body has to have a new experience because you've been practicing the old one for so long, it becomes automatic. It becomes automatic. It stays on. Now you're always anxious. Now you're always this. Now you're always sad. Because the body is just going. It's like you're always hungry every 3 hours because that's what you always eat every 3 hours. Every time you're hungry, you eat. So that means the body just going to bring back hunger every single time. So I had to sit my ass down, man. Programming. I had to sit my ass down and feel peace and happiness. I didn't need it to stop yet. I didn't need my anxiety to stop. I didn't need my suffering to stop. I didn't need my thoughts to stop. I didn't need my feelings to stop. I needed to practice this every day. Sit still and just lower my shoulders, drop my shoulders, create a new picture in my mind, feel that peace. Do it again. And after a while, the body began to crave that peace. The body began to crave the new programming. It began to bring it by itself. It began to do it on its own. Because I do it so often, it became a habit now. Every day, it became a habit. And next thing I know, which one of them had to go stronger. And the more I practice this one, and the more I let this one be. Because I didn't fight that one. I let it be. I didn't fight that. I just let it be. And plus, I went to the gym every day. I focus on this one, I let that one be. I focused on this piece, that one was. I focused on this, that one was just there. And after a while, one got stronger. When one got stronger, the other one minimizes. And after a while, you realize what you keep focusing on is what grows. And what you take away your attention from dies. And I had to realize, that's when I learned what healing really was. That's when I began to learn what healing really was. Healing, you have to learn to be still. You have to learn to be still. You have to learn to be still. You have to learn to sit your ass down and be still and be quiet so that healing happens. If you cannot be still, if you always got to be busy, if you're trying to take your mind off of it, it don't work. Because healing is natural. Healing is nature. You are a human being. You was made to heal naturally. Healing is natural. But what you can't do, you can't say, I am healing, because you're not doing it. You can say, I'm being still. It's like when you eat, you can't say, I'm digesting my food, because you're not doing it. It's happening how it's supposed to happen. Your subconscious mind is doing it. When you eat your food, you can't say, I'm digesting it. You can't say, I'm not, I'm just digesting my food. No, you're not digesting it. Because sometimes you have indigestion. You can't digest it if you try. But as you sit still, as you eat and you sit your ass down, your food begins to digest. Right? It begins to digest. When something happens, when you begin to sit still, you realize there's nothing wrong with you. Yeah, healing is natural. We're selling all these things on healing. Healing. I learned. Listen, when I tell you I studied this for so many years, I've done so many research. Listen, I don't know if you all ever read this book before. This book is a very good book, a very great book. I see me keep pulling up books. I'm giving you all like a book tour. You all ever read this book before? You ever read it before? The Coos Method? Yeah, you ever read it? If you all haven't, get you a copy. It's a very good read. It's very simple read. It's an old book. It's very old. But it's about healing. Self-mastery through conscious auto-suggestion. Auto-suggestion. With auto-suggestion. Self-healing with auto-suggestion. Very, very, very great book. I read all these books. I practiced some of the different things. And many of them worked. I was able to remove... I was able to unbreak my foot. I was able to change my eyesight. I was able to change the pain in my this and my that. I was able to create a flow of money. I was able to create this and create that. I was able to shift. I was able to take away something from my daughter, and I was able to be in a space where my wife sometimes depend on me for how she feels, when I could move certain things, right? I was able to move and shift and do all these things. And that's because I have studied many things. But what it boils down to is learning how to be still. Learning how to be still. When you can be still and change your self-image, you have to be able to change your self-image. It's not as much information as we really think that there is. It's not much complicated. It's just so hard to change how you see yourself. It's very difficult to change the way you see yourself because everything around you reflects who you think you are. Your relationships, your job, your finances, your health, your body, your mind, your thoughts, your energy, your family, your friends, your job, everything reflects a certain version of you. So to change your self-image is very hard. But if you can change your self-image, man, if you change your self-image, life will be simple. Indeed. It's very, old books are my favorite. Indeed. What is healing? Healing is going to a place where you can actually grow to where you want to grow to. Healing is a place where you are connected to yourself. Healing is a place where you can actually know yourself. Healing is not know your hurt, not know your drama, not know your problems, but know how to get from point A. Healing is like a tree where all your branches are successful, where your finances, your health, your families, your relationship, all the branches is flowing and is budding. All your stuff is growing, right? That means there's no blockages, right? Healing is a space where you can actually create whatever you want in this life. Is a space where you can create whatever it is in this life that you desire. It's called the Coos Method. Oh, sorry, this one. You might have to take a screenshot though. It's a very old book, so some of the things ain't really. It's not a really beautiful thing. It's ridiculous. COUES, the word own, method. Okay, actually the book name is Self-Mastery through conscious auto-suggestion. Hey, Neil Love, it's called self-mastery through conscious auto-suggestion. But healing is a space where you come back to yourself, where you can flow, where your energy is flowing, where you can be whatever you want to be. Because a lot of times you are just blocked. You think that this is happening. You think this is not supposed to happen. You think this and all that stuff is what clouds our mind. Add the self-love, respect, and acceptance. Indeed. But all those things come when you be able to see yourself or your self-image change. But listen, I have to go. I gotta go. My wife just came home, so let me get out of here. Let me go and tell my wife hello. You all have a blessed day. Have a blessed evening. I hope you guys coming back. This is the book. It's not the only book that I read. Right now in the book club, a matter of fact, in the book club that we have going on, we're doing this book in our book club on Saturdays. This is the book that we are doing. Power of the Subconscious Mind. That's the book that we are doing. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. So this is the book that we have going on in the book club on Saturdays, where we meet on Saturdays. So this is the one that we are doing. Self-mastery through conscious auto-suggestion. Self-mastery through conscious auto-suggestion. By the way, if you all want book ideas, I do a lot of books. Man. I do a lot of books. You know, if you could read 10 pages every day, you know how many pages, you know how many books you read in 1 year? If you could just read 10 pages every morning. We meet on Zoom. It's a Zoom meeting. If you could read 10 pages every day, you know how many books you can read in 1 year? A whole lot. A whole lot. If you could read 20 pages per day, you know how many books you can read, man? You know what information is out there, man? There's so much information out there that we don't even understand. We don't get our hands on, and we are stuck in the things that we think that we know. We are so stuck in the things that we don't really understand because it's being natural or it's being the normal place for us to live. But there's so much things that we don't know. There's so many people out there who has so much different things that we don't understand. And if we just could open our minds to see these things, man, Lord, we can just shift our mindset. You know, I think I speak on things in a way that's very simple, and I think it confuses people because I don't want to make it. I don't want you all to think that I'm thinking that is that easy. It's not as simple as I say it, but it just becomes natural to me because I've been practicing now for over 10 years. So I've been practicing so much on certain things. So for me, when I speak it, I think I make it sound simple because I don't want you all to think it's difficult. Because if you begin to think that it's difficult, you see, people love to tell you things that is difficult because they want to be the one who can achieve it, and then you're gonna look to them as, you know, as the master. No, there's no master. This is very simple. I have just learned. Gina, I pay $10 a month. I think you can choose. Oh, is the link? You have to become a member on the YouTube channel. I love books and information, but I gotta get myself still. Yeah, man, you have to be still. You have to be still. You have to be open to learning too. Increasing your comfort zone by moving slightly outside of it every time. Indeed. Once I said that you can say anything and make it credible and make it make sense. Yeah, man, I'm telling you all, man. But listen, you all be good to yourself. Be happy, be joyful. And I will see you guys. Thank you, Sugi. I'll see you guys later, all right? You all be blessed. I am out.